I have been having so much fun with color in my containers this year, and I am starting to notice something about my creations and my designs during this season specifically. I keep coming back to this combination of really bold, bright colors mixed with very deep, dark foliage. There's something about that contrast that I absolutely love. And this raised metal planter was another opportunity for me to play with that specifically. For this design, I actually wanted the foliage to do the most of the work. There are flowers in here, but only 2 flowering plants. I used 2 Compact Orange SunPatiens, and that orange is super intense. It's bright, saturated, and exactly the little punch of color that I wanted. From there, I built the rest of the planter around the foliage. On the main plants, one of the main plants I chose was the Colocasia Redemption. This plant immediately gives the container drama. It has those big, beautiful, dark leaves, and because the foliage has such a strong presence, I really didn't feel like I needed a lot of flowers around it. Then I brought in the Coleus Velveteen and the Coleus River Walk. And this is where the combination started getting really interesting to me. Even though I'm using several darker plants, they're not all the same. They all have the colors are slightly different. The leaf shapes are different. The textures are different. So when you put them together, you start getting all of these layers. And then I needed some brightness. That's where Sedum, Lemon, Coral, and Ipomoea Margarita came in. That chartreuse against all of those deeper colors is probably one of the most favorite parts of this planter. It's almost electric, and then you have those 2 little moments of orange from the SunPatiens. That's really all the flower color that this container needs. Dark chartreuse and a punch of orange. It's a pretty simple color palette, but visually it has a lot of impact. I also added Ipomoea, Sweet Caroline, Bewitched, and I love using plants like sweet potato vine in containers because they're going to change some during the season as the season progresses. And right now we're looking at the containers fairly close to the planting time, but this isn't really the finished design. The plants are going to grow into it. The Colocasia will become larger. The Coleus will fill out, and the sweet potato vines will begin moving over the sides and softening the metal edge. That's one of my favorite parts about designing and creating seasonal containers. Like, you're really designing for something that doesn't completely exist yet. You have to imagine it. You're looking at these individual plants and thinking, where is this going to be in the month? What is it going to fill the space? what is going to trail, what is going to become the dominant plant, and how are all these colors going to look together once everything fills in. Sometimes you get surprises, but that's part of the fun. And I have to say, this one turned out really good. I love it, and I especially love where we have it. The planter sits between two chairs in one of the flatter areas of our garden, and we have our little fire pit there, and there's an outdoor love seat nearby. So this has become a little sitting area for us, and I think that's another part of the garden design that I really enjoy. I don't just want plants around the garden because they're beautiful. I love creating little spaces in my garden where you actually want to spend time. Places where you can sit down, maybe have a conversation, enjoy the fire, have a cup of coffee, or just look around for a few minutes and see what's happening in the garden. There's always a surprise. There's always something super cool happening in the garden. And this planter is right there in the middle of the experience. When you're sitting in those chairs, you're not looking at it from 20 feet away. You're right beside it. You can see the foliage. You can notice the colors. You can watch it change throughout the summer. And I think that's why containers can have such an impact, even in a larger garden or in a small space. They allow you to bring plants right into the spaces where you're actually living. And this particular container taught me something else about myself as a creator, as a creative person. And I'm realizing how much I'm drawn to the contrast, and I love beautiful flowers. Of course I do, but I don't necessarily need a container filled with flowers for it to feel colorful. Give me a really dark leaf, put something bright chartreuse beside it, add one unexpected hit of saturated color, and I am a happy camper, or a happy gardener, I have to say. But and apparently I'm gonna keep doing it because I've been doing it this season a lot, and I tend to be like called, those colors kind of call me all the time. I think that's part of the fun of gardening too. The more you create, the more you start recognizing your own style, your own likings and dislikings, and you start noticing the plants you reach for, the colors that excite you, and the combinations that make you stop and look. And this is one. And slowly your garden starts becoming a reflection of those choices. So if you're creating your own containers, here's something you might want to try. Instead of starting with the flowers, start with a piece of foliage you absolutely love. Maybe it's something really dark, maybe it's a chartreuse, maybe it's a silver, maybe it's a huge tropical leaf, maybe it's a heuchera that has so many different beautiful colors from super dark to super bright. Start there and then ask yourself, what would you make this color, or how would you make this color even more beautiful? You might end up using fewer flowers than you expected and still create something incredibly colorful. For this one, 2 little orange SunPatiens were all I needed. The rest, I let the foliage do the talking, and I absolutely love how it turned out. So here it is, finished. And I want to talk a little bit about the container itself. I got this green, like raised container, but it was like, you could just see the metal. There was nothing inside. There's no basket that goes inside at the time. I got it from a fellow gardener friend. And then, so what I did was we used black fabric. And then I always think about how can I be resourceful and use what nature gives me around. So in this occasion is the birch bark. And I had the the Spanish moss. So I use this to cover the fabric all around. And I incorporated a little bit of the Spanish moss, which I kind of like. And then I've been able to use it for the past, I think, like 3 to 4 years. So over here we have again this beautiful container, dark, bold, and I love this. I will enjoy this for the weeks to come. We have again Colocasia Redemption. We have Coleus Riverwalk, Coleus Velveteen, SunPatiens Compact Orange, Begonia Surefire Rose, Lemon Sedum, Sedum Mexicanum, Lemon Coral, Margarita, Ipomoea from Proven Winners. This is the Sweet Caroline Bewitched, and another Margarita. And then the same thing on the other side. Look at that beautiful vein. Isn't that gorgeous? And then the bees, they like the flower of the Coleus, so that's really cool. If I had something else, I would add something more over here and on the other side, but right now I don't have anything else, so this is what we got.